Hey folks, we're going to continue with the treasure hunting series. This is episode 15. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I'm producing this series of videos on the treasure hunting series. I'll leave a link at the end of the video for the playlist for all the treasure hunting I have done throughout the course of my time on when I started with my first estate cleanup and then up to the current one. I'm still filtering through some stuff from this estate cleanup. So let's get started. I got some fascinating artifacts to show you that I've come across. Okay, a little bit of the history for this stuff if you guys haven't been following along with the episode. All this stuff comes from an estate I'm currently cleaning out. I pretty much got everything over here. I'm just boxing it up, sorting it out, cataloging it, and storing it. For the person who owns the stuff. Some of the items I will get, and the other items I will sell for her, and then the monies will go to a non-profit organization. That's what we're doing with this. So we're paying it forward, and we're giving, and she's giving, and I'm just the vessel through which she's giving through. So I have no problem doing this for her. Most of the estate that I've cleaned out was from an elderly gentleman who passed away, about 10 years ago. And it's from his life with his wife. His name was Charles Brennan. He was a cowboy, a really honest-to-goodness, authentic cowboy, and also a federal law officer. So I've come across some artifacts I want to share with you from both his wife and he himself. So let's start off with these items right here. I found 3 vintage cameras. An old box camera and a brand new camera that has never been used. It's still in the box. And a movie camera. So let's go through each one and I'll show you what I discovered on these that I mean, the technology is so rudimentary, but it's fascinating. With a simple box camera, all you get is just a box. You've got the wind up here, and you've got your shutter release right here. This takes the picture, and you've got a stop right here. And what I found was fascinating was these 2 little features here. You know how we have the LCD screens on our little highly technological electronic cameras? Well, look at this. This has a little window here, and this window goes through here. So I want to show you how these work. So it's a reflective window. You can look in on your subject here. It's a reflective window, so you can see your subject that you're taking a picture of. See, there's my hand, and it's that's all it is. And the same way goes on the side view. This side view window is the same way. So I thought that was fascinating rudimentary technology. It's a really basic box camera, and when I open it up, I'm going to be careful with this. It's hinged. So there's the type of film it shows to use. It says it's AGFA plenochrome film. This is made in the USA. And it's a simple box camera. Very simple. And there's the top. Has some text there. It says D-6 Cadet. So I thought this thing was totally fascinating. Okay, let's look at this other camera that comes complete with its box. So I opened the box and I found an unused camera inside. This camera has never been used, so it's like in brand new, perfect mint condition. It's called a Falcon Junior model. There it is. So it has a lever right here that opens the front and it pops out to get it into position for taking pictures. You put a roll of film in there and you just wind your film up, and down here is where you snap your picture. There's another piece right here that you, I'm not sure what this does. It says, let me see, time down. It's stamped text on that little plate, time down. I'm not sure what that means, but that's all this camera is, and it has a little viewfinder. It pops up. It's not fancy. You just pop it in and it's like you've got a nice little vintage camera. To open it, you push this up, and this side comes down, and then, oh, be careful with it, Jerry. All right, and this whole back cover just comes off, and that's what it looks like inside. Just real basic. You stick your roll of film in here, you thread it through here, and this is how you wind it. And then when it clicks, it should click a little lever to give you the ability to be able to snap your picture. You see the aperture open? There you go. Anyway, thought I'd just share that with you. That is so cool. Let's put this back together. And then you just reverse that, put it down, fold that in, and then fold this down till it clicks into place. We're going to go ahead and put it back in its box. Now I have this Bell and Howell. The bag is in perfect condition. It doesn't look like this camera either has ever been used. And it is in brilliantly perfect condition. Absolutely perfect. So here's the camera. This is a movie camera. It's a Bell and Howell 220 8mm. There it is. It's got the selections on it. You got black and white, you got color options, and then you got the different 16, 11, 8, 5.64, and 2.5. And then you got the different cloudy, light shade, hazy shade, sun, and bright sun. So you've got the different selections to choose from. So I haven't had much of a chance to look at this camera yet. It's got a gauge on the side to tell you how much film you have. And then it also has a nice little viewfinder right here. So let's open it up. You've got the open button. Let's open it up. And it's just the screw open. And then, all right, let's see what's in here. No film. But it does look like it has never, ever, ever been used. That is amazing. Oh man. You know how far technology has come and made life a little bit simpler for us, but also put some industry completely out of work, and that is the industry for processing the films for us. So let's carefully place this back in the pouch. But I thought these were so wonderful artifacts to show you guys. Let's move on to the next set of artifacts. What I brought out now is one of these. I think I showed this in a previous video. It's a Panaview viewer, and what it is a little portable slide show viewer, and you could actually look at little slides individually through this unit. It does run on batteries, so it has a built-in light. So when you put the slides in, push down, it activates the button so you can see through the screen the picture. But a nice little bit of entertainment for those people in the day to sit around in a warm fireplace on a cool winter's evening and view their pictures. A couple of other items I discovered was these old solid-state radios. This is really compact. I don't know how old this is, but it's called a Federal. And apparently it was used heavily because it's got red duct tape around it. So it was, I don't even know if, oh, the knobs still work. Well, let's see if it works.
And the soldiers also mocked him.
Oh! It does work. So that is a neat little find, little solid state radio. Now radios have become even tinier. So here's another one. I think this one is a lot older than the this first one right here. This is an impact, and it's got room for auxiliary power here. It looks like earplug jack here. It's got a handle so you can carry it. Let's see if this still works. Unfortunately, the battery stayed in too long, so it corroded really bad and took some of the contacts. I suppose one could go online and find new contacts and solder them in if they want to restore this. But this is a nice little radio as far as nostalgia goes. I took the batteries out so they won't do any more damage. But anyway, that's a couple of items. And a couple of more items I discovered is this copper kitchen clock, an electric kitchen clock. And to give you an idea on how old this kitchen clock is like, well, there's the plug. You don't have one side larger than the other, so it kind of gives you a little bit of a date. Another item is even this older bedside clock. This thing is really heavy. This is a West Clocks Baby Ben. And there's all your... Let's hear what the alarm... There it is. Still wind up alarm, but look at this plug. That shows it's really vintage. So an old original electric bedside clock. Okay, we got a little bit of something for everyone in this show. So as you can see behind me, there's some child's toys. Now this did not belong to Edna and Charlie. This actually belongs to another couple. But yet, I thought it was worthy to show this because of the vintage value of these items. Let's look to see what I'm going to show you. First, we got a little baseball and a baseball bat I discovered. This would be great for their little guy. And then I have, look at this. I thought this was a value. This is a vintage Pluto toy. Let's see the date on it. Do not have a date on it, but it is old and it's definitely Walt Disney because it's stamped on the belly. I found some old candy in there. I don't know how old that is, but I ain't gonna try it, but it's a little cute. And here's a little Cupid doll. This is stamped on the back, made in China, but it's a little Cupid doll. And the legs and the arms and the head are all articulating. You can articulate all of them. See? All right. And then I found this little dime bank. Now in a previous video I showed you some bigger dime banks. Those I believe were Charlie's. But yeah, you just pop a dime in there, and you can just has little buttons on it, and then when you want to take a deposit out of the bank, you just open that up, and it lets your dimes out. Isn't that cool? There's actually a little lock there. I'm not sure about a key, but this is all I found, a little dime bank. J. Chine and Company, made in USA. That's the stamp. Not sure about how old this is, but I thought it was fascinating just the same. Yep, there it is. And then, of course, some of you are looking at this little dollhouse. Let's check this out. This actually belonged to my friend Sarah, and this was hers from when she was a child. She's a grown woman now. And then I found a lot of the furniture that goes with this doll's house. So it comes almost completely intact. I just thought this was a fascinating find because it looked vintage to me, and I thought you guys might enjoy looking at this too. So I'm going to carefully pack these away and set them aside for when we get a chance to ship them over to where Sarah lives and she can enjoy her toys once more. And now let's look at some of Charlie's personal artifacts. I'm not sure if all of these are Charlie's because this is a combination of two different families' artifacts from their estate cleanup, and I am trying to go through and just rebox them. So that's my motive behind this, but also just taking delight in looking at the vintage artifacts here. This is fascinating. So let's see a little bit about Charlie's history and maybe Carl's. Carl is the gentleman who owned the ranch, and he had since passed away. I really do miss him, and both Charlie, because I've known both gentlemen. So let's go look at what I found. First of all, let's look at this artifact. People my age will remember the birth of the CB radio industry. Wow, my goodness. I have a funny story to tell about a CB radio. 5 young men in one car in downtown Coos Bay, Oregon. We were bored. Okay, when you're teenagers, you get kind of bored. One of our friends drove. He had his own car. We called it the Brown Bomb because it was a great big old huge brown station wagon. So we all piled it in there, and we went up on top of the what would they call Telegraph Hill, overlooking all the port of Coos Bay, downtown Coos Bay. And this was during the time of the CB radio was really popular, and just about half the population had a CB. But back then, you were required by law to go get a CB certification or a license, a radio operator's license from the Federal Communications Commission. And then you had to learn all the basic codes for using the CB radio. Well, we were all licensed and certified, but my friend had a CB radio in his car, and what we did, he got on and he started this whole thing. We each took turns, and we kind of like got the whole community a buzz. So everybody that was monitoring CB, that radio that day or that evening, will remember this. Those who heard this. So we're on top of Telegraph Hill. We have a nice vantage point over all of Coos Bay, residential areas, all of downtown commercial areas, and then also the port going up and down the Bayshore Drive. My friend started out, he got on the CB radio and he goes, "Did you see that?" My other friend got on, handed the mic to us, was like, "What are you seeing?" And he goes, down here at such and such location, there's some kind of a weird light hovering over the bay. So long story short, we ended up, the 5 of us, concocting this saucer chase. So all of a sudden you see the CB radio starts lighting up, people get in, start interacting. Sleepy little town. It's boring back in the day, and so we made a little excitement. So we start seeing cars start navigating from the neighborhoods, and we send them down Bayshore Drive, and then we send them back up Bayshore Drive. And then it didn't take them too long to figure out this is a joke. So my friend says, well, if you can figure out where we're at, we'll buy you coffee at Sambo's. Remember Sambo's back in the day? Yeah, downtown Coos Bay on Bayshore Drive. Yeah. So they were so entertained and so amused by the whole fiasco, they ended up buying us coffee. They never did find us. Okay, something else. I'll bet, man, this brings back memories to me. This may not have been, I know this probably didn't belong to Carl or Charlie, but still, it's the artifact that brings back memories for me personally. My brother and I were in the Cub Scouts, and then we went on to the Boy Scouts, and I advanced on into the Explorer Scouts. But this is a canteen with the Boy Scout emblem on it, and I had one exactly like this. And I bet you this belonged to their son. Oh my goodness. This really brings back memories. I have a lot of fond memories. I don't know who this belongs to, but whoever it was, they were on the USS Wasp, LHD-1. I salute you and thank you for your service, whoever you were. Aircraft carrier. I wonder if... No, it wouldn't have been the son because he served in the Coast Guard. I'm not sure whom this hat belonged to, but I'm sure Joanne would have an interesting story behind the hat. Now, Charlie was a leather artisan. He worked with leather. So I got a couple of belts. I'm just collecting all the leather. I got just a simple leather belt I found among their possessions, and I think this is just commercially made. This may have been made by Charlie. I don't see a stamp on it, but this is a belt right here. And then, you know, I can so identify with leather crafts because when I was in high school, I did leather crafts too. In fact, I made the very belt I'm wearing when I was in the 11th grade. The belt buckle was a gift from my uncle who was a treasure hunter. Ah, ha, 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 ha. And that's real gold in there. And of course, I did make a wallet and I made a checkbook when I was in there, but here's another leather wallet that was made. And oh my gosh, there's something in here. It is, never mind. I won't show you. It's none of my business. It's just banking information. Okay, Charlie, like I showed you in the previous episode of the treasure hunting series when we opened that big steamer trunk, he was discharged, retired out of the military, and he was in the line of police. And look at the 2 artifacts I just found. His billy club. My dad was a police officer in Coos Bay, and he had similar artifacts too. I don't know what happened to them. But this is Charlie's billy club, and I could use this on the farm. Yeah, oh, it's split. Yeah, probably not. Just set it aside for storage. Now, this is a police special whistle. So this is his whistle that he used while he was on duty. Another thing is Charlie used to be, like I said, a cowboy, but he used to be in the cavalry in Texas. And here's a belt that I found with a belt buckle. But I also found another artifact. This beautiful belt buckle I found. It looks like it is silver or something of the sort, but it has a stone on it, smoothed down with paintings of horses on them. This is a beautiful, beautiful belt buckle. I think that's my personal opinion. I'm really enjoying this belt buckle. I am. That's nice. And then I also found his, I think you call these a bolo. It goes around your neck instead of a tie, and it adjusts. But this is called a bolo, and that was what that looks like. And that belonged to Charlie also. He was a really big horse person. Being a horse person, if you're riding horses, you're gonna need spurs. Yes, here's Charlie's spurs. Look at that. Look at the design on these. This is so cool. I have an idea for a Christmas decoration this year that I'm going to incorporate these spurs into, and then I'll put them in storage after Christmas because I really want to use these. But these are wonderful. I never thought to find spurs in the collection. And so that's it in this collection from Charlie's artifacts and possibly Carl's and their sons. So, yeah, let's move on to Edna. She's got some artifacts I think some of you ladies might be curious about and interested in seeing. Vintage. Okay, I have quite a few items here to show you from Edna's collection. First of all, the lady wears a hat. There's an old hat. And then here's another, a more dressy hat, preserved in the bag. Yeah, it's got some little a bow with some pearl stuff on it. That's a nice little hat, probably for church on Sunday. Usually the folks would dress up and go on Sundays to church. I'm going to put this one in this bag. And I don't know, I think this might be a rare find because it's the whole ladies' care kit intact. There's the logo on it. And yes, it does have a mirror. Not broken, but it has a little bit of a hairbrush. Here's the comb I found with the kit. It's got a shoehorn, some scissors, and some stuff for her nail care, and then to lace her shoes with after she gets her shoes on. And it may be a clothing brush there, could be. Now I'm just guessing because I don't know anything about ladies' things. But I found it interesting that this whole package was a set. I was really surprised to see that this was an intact set. And it's also vintage, so I'm wondering how much this would fetch in the market for as far as auction goes for a complete set. I wonder if this would go well with, what do they call that? You guys know what I'm talking about, where people take their treasures to this place. Antique Roadshow. I love Antique Roadshow, and I love Rust. So I wonder how much this would fetch. The lady also had perfume, lotion. Look at these bottles. This one, I don't know where it went, but this one had a pump. This one does not. They both say Jergens lotion. I remember my mother used to buy Jergens lotion in the old plastic bottles, but these are glass, milk glass bottles. Yeah. See, there's the back. Apparently this is supposed to have a pump on it, but there's Jergens lotion. I wonder if there's any lotion left in here. Let's see. I remember that smell. Smell that. My mother smelled like that. Oh man, I miss my mommy. And Eau de Cologne Kohlnichtwasser. Blue and gold double number 4711. Glockengasse Cologne on Rhine. French. Actually, it's Carter and Wallace, New York. There you go. And it still has some in it. Let's see what it smells. Oh, it's sealed. This thing still has the plastic seal on it. Oh. Oh no, the seal had been broken. They just put it back on with a seal. I'm a guy. Whatever. But anyway, look at that jar. The design. I don't know how old this is. Stamp on the bottom. Maybe some of you perfume connoisseurs would know anything about this. Leave some comments in the area below for comments. Interesting. And I found the spyglass. As they were getting older, their eyes were weakening, and they'd need the lens to see the small print. But anyway, more perfume. Look at this little wooden box. Has a powder in it. It is wooden. No label on it. Don't know what it is. Powder? I don't know. But, you know, this brings back a memory. My grandfather had a lathe, and he was a carpenter, and he taught me how to turn wood on a lathe. I still have that my grandfather let me make, and he taught me how to do that. Fond memories as a child. This box I found interesting. Here is the top of it. Not sure if they're real. Here's the bottom of it. And yes, it does make a tune. I'll play that in a minute. But I open it up and it's got a puff powder thingy in there. Yeah, it had, I don't know what you call these, but let's see. It's Say It with Sprague, New York. Do not overwind, and the tune is 188 Claire de Lune. I may be pronouncing it wrong, but let's hear what it has to sing. Okay, it might sound better if it slowed down a little bit. Right now, it just doesn't make sense to me. I showed this to you guys before in a previous episode, but I thought it was kind of cool. You screw this onto the outside wall of the house or even inside the house, and you just take it and then you pull it out, and it's a portable or a clothesline. And then when you're done drying your clothes, you just wind it up. Yep. It's got a lock right here, so when you do pull it out, you push it down, locks it in place, and you can hold it tight, and then you can hang your clothes on it. But you know what? This is vintage because it's enameled metal and it's in perfect condition. It has no appearance of ever being used. Wow. Okay, found this box, opened the box, and what did I find? I think it's a clothing brush. That's what I think it is. I really do. I think it's a clothing brush. Yeah, it feels like a clothing brush. But anyway, it's brand new, still in the box. No labels. It sold for $1.49 in the day, brand new. I found another brand new item, unused, never been opened. It says Andalusia, and it's just a plastic box, and it has some kind of a pad there, and then this is sealed covered, so it's wrapped, so it may be, it's a powder. There's a powder in here, so it's another powder cake thing for a lady, but no. Oh, here's the label. It says Schwartz Brothers Plastics Incorporated, Glendale, California. Patent pending. But that's all I know about the box. but I don't know anything about what's in here, what kind of powder it is, but it's never been opened. And it does look vintage. Okay, among Edna's stuff, this caught my attention. Don't know what it is. You guys are going to look at it for the first time with me. But it's Studio Girl Hollywood, Distributor International Headquarters, Glendale, California, made and printed in the U.S. That is the box. Now there's a box inside this. Let's open up. Okay, there's the box, the lid. Open it up. Okay, let's see what's in here. Oh, for Pete's sake. 2 pink poodles, and they are soap. Bath soap. Yeah, bath soap. Pink poodle bath soap. Not a toy. Girly stuff. We have some boxes and a pouch to go through. Let's see what treasures are in the treasure chests. I think this is going to be a long episode. Sorry about this. Alright, bagged. Looks vintage. Looks like something my mom would have. Oh, a little coin bag. Nothing in it, but it has pink gloves and a pink nose wiper handkerchief. Yep. Well, let's see what is in here. Air. It's an airbag. So, yeah, something she just probably carried with her to go to church with. Something simple, small, low profile. Cool. Let's open the first box. What is in here? Radio Corporation of America, Varsier, Red Seal, longer. Oh, it's a needle to a phonograph. And there is a needle in there. Animal Birth Control Society, Charles Brennan, an Emery board. This must be Charles, and a nickel, and some old. Let's see, what year is this nickel? 1969, and then there some old pennies. Maybe some value in some of those old pennies. I know there's a penny that was sold for about $1 million. Next box. Missing a foot. Somebody purchased it for 85 cents. Label says, can't read the label. It's double stamped. Handkerchief, gloves, handkerchief, handkerchief, handkerchiefs, hankies. Ooh, one earring. FM antenna, probably to hold the safety pin. Okay, so vintage gloves. There you go. It's got little handles on the side. Bigger box, more ornate. Damaged right there. Got handles on it too. No stamp on the bottom. It's missing a leg also. Treasures in here. Oh, it's got a mirror. Gloves. 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 Ooh, boxes. Glove. Glove. Not sure what this is. Maybe a pin cushion. Something for the hair. A little pin. It says it's an award for working in a hospital. Rose Memorial. So Edna volunteered at a hospital. Another pin. Again, Rose Memorial Hospital. And interesting. I wonder what this is. Something from a wedding, I suppose. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or conceited or proud or provoked. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. Love is not happy with evil, but is pleased with truth. Love never gives up. Its faith, hope, and patience never fail. 1 Corinthians 13. Aw. So, apparently it was a wedding. Okay, a little sample of aftershave lotion. Not going to open it. Not. A little brass button that came off. A pair of gloves, brand new. Probably have never been worn. Kind of dangerous. She had small hands. These are leather. Heirs of Paris. Made in France. Whoa, these are France imported. Okay. Here's a Jesus Saves book marker. Nice. And what treasures lurk in here? Let's see how to open this. It's a drawer. What's in it? Oh, perfume. Dodge and Olcott Incorporated. Let's see what it smells like. If I can get it out. More perfume. Oh, that's not too bad. You want to smell? Not too bad at all. No other stamp on it. So let's put that back in there. Slide that back in. Make sure these are all replaced. French imported made gloves. Wow. Leather. I don't know what kind of leather though. That makes it interesting. Very interesting. So Edna had a little few keepsakes in here. So we'll try to put them back carefully. More leather gloves. Okay. Another box. I wonder if this belonged to Charlie. It has a ship on it. Wooden handles. Both of them are intact. Has that on the bottom. Oh, it is Charlie's. Maybe. Here's a wallet. Unused. Brand new, never been used. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, this is Charlie's. Look at this. Police department. No way. No way. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. Oh, these might be worth something. Let me show you these. A stamp. To stamp collectors, this is awesome. Here is the Alamo, a 9-cent postage stamp. Let me get this in the sun. Airmail, 5-cent postage stamp. We might have something here. Not sure. The stamps could be of great value. If you guys know anything about these stamps, please let me know in the description. Because like I said, this stuff will be sold and the proceeds will be donated to a nonprofit. So you just never know where you're going to find a treasure. So let's dig some more. Watch bands. Looks like for ladies' watches. Not sure decoration. Hair comb. Don't know what that is. An earring. A sucrets. A bobby pin. So this must be Edna's box. Oh, these must go on shoes because there's a matching pair. That must be what they're for. Go on shoes. Tiny little screw-in Walgreens. Walgreens, 27 cents. Walgreens has been in business that long. Look at that. Still enclosed in the package. Wow, I had no clue. Yes. Okay, I can't show you this, but it's Edna Bertha Brennan's Social Security card. This is old. Really old. At the time she lived in Amarillo, Texas. Here's Edna's card. That's what Social Security cards looked back in the day. And then this is Charlie's Social Security card I just found too. So we'll put those together. Oh, here's a matching earring. I found a matching pair. So we'll put those with those matching pairs. Here's a pin. I'm not sure what that is. A cat? You guys think that's a cat? Here's a broken something. Another broken something. Keychain. Oh, here is a watch. And does it work? Don't know if it works or not, but dainty little watch as a lady's watch. So this is Edna's box. Okay, here's another part to this. So this is a matching pair of whatever they are. Another earring. Ooh, this looks like opal. It does. It looks like opal. Oh, another spyglass. Another earring. Yep, it's the matching to this opal earring. So we're hitting matching pairs here. And we got pictures. Old pictures. Don't know any of these people. A little old bottle. Must have been of her favorite perfume. And here's another perfume bottle. Windsong perfume. Look at that, tiny. Okay, I gotta smell this one too. Oh, that's pretty pleasant. I wonder if because it's so small, it's so expensive. Yeah. I think this is a scarf pin. Could be. It kind of goes with these earrings. Yes, I think it's a set. It goes with these earrings. Nothing else to show except these clips or clothespins, and made in Japan. Ooh, let's do this carefully. There we go. There you go. Japanese fan. And to go ahead and conclude this episode, I'm going to show you this. This is I thought it's incredibly pretty. I'm not sure if it's a boys or girls. It looks like it's a girl's robe. Could be a boy's. See if there's anything in the pocket. Ooh, there is something in the pocket. Ooh, a snotty rag, probably from the last century. Guaranteed from the last century, because that's when they died. It's probably fossilized. Snot. Anyway, this is the robe. You guys, this camera does not show that design that's on there. But maybe if I can catch it in the sun just right, you could see that. But it is very, well, let's see. May not be Edna's, maybe Charlie's. No, could be Edna's. Yeah, it could be Edna's. So there's the pretty robe. It's got really fancy tassels on the end. Got chewed up by a mouse, or maybe just frayed in the time of life. Purple lining. And here is the tag. Yep. Handcrafted robe for, it is a gentleman's robe. So it is a gentleman's robe. So it was probably Charlie's robe. A dude's bathrobe. Huh, no wonder why I look so good in it. Well, it looks like I got at least 2, maybe 3 more episodes I could share with you guys on the treasures. I've got to go through these, sort them, figure out what I'm going to show you guys, pack the rest, and then eventually pack those items that I showed you guys. Find out any valuable prices that I can get and start the sales on those and generate the revenue for the donations. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a small homestead tucked in high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this series. Please stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by first subscribing, then clicking that bell icon. That will alert you to the new videos as I upload them. Another thing you could do for me is click that share button, sharing my videos on my social media platforms. Hey, it helps us out a lot. Please leave a comment, like the channel. It helps the YouTube revenue thing. And always remember, be safe and always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next episode. I got something for you guys to tune into. There's another steamer trunk coming up. And then there's some beautiful, beautiful furniture and some vintage home appliances to show you. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.